Good evening, everyone. Sorry I was muted. A few minutes late. I do apologize. What is going on? Good evening. What is up? What is up? What is up? New York Yankees, Cincinnati Reds. How are we feeling about tonight's game? What is going on, folks? Shout out to the folks in the chat. Make sure you all hit the like button, hit that subscribe, share this channel out with everybody you know. I would greatly appreciate it. Let's continue growing this channel out. So the game should be starting here momentarily. Once again, I do apologize for being a few minutes late. I see a few people in the chat. We got Desiree, Dev, Lore. What's going on? What's up? What's up? What's up? How's everybody doing? What is up? How's everybody feeling on this Wednesday? It's the middle of the week. End of the week is almost here. June is almost over, folks. June is almost over. Half the year is almost gone. Half the baseball season's almost gone. My God. This is what happens when you have a good time. But Yankees lineup here, folks. Trent Grisham, Aaron Judge, Ben Rice, Giancarlo Stanton, Jazz Chisholm Jr., Jason Dominguez, Anthony Volpe, Austin Wells, DJ LeMahieu. Max Fried is on the mound. It is his fourth career start versus the Reds. So no Goldschmidt, no Bellinger. JC Escara is on paternity leave. So congratulations to JC Escada. What's up, Ronald? Sue me, Petruzzi. What up, Wilkin? What up? What's going on? What's going on? I'm going to put a poll out there to ask you all. Here, I'll pull up the Gamecast first. Let me pull up that Gamecast. Here we go. Boom. Brady Singer is your starting pitcher for the Cincinnati Reds. Remember, he was traded by the Kansas City Royals in the offseason. And here's the Reds defense. Outfield, you got Steer, Friedel, Hines. Infield, you got Espinal, De La Cruz, McLean, Encarnacion Strand. Trevino is at the dish. Stevens is DHing. Brady Singer is on the mound. And Trent Grisham is leading things off here for the Yankees. First pitch, strike one. 0-1 to Trent Grisham. Oh, Ace is absent. I didn't know that. What up, Theo? Here's the 0-1. 1-1. Hi, Brooklyn's in the building. What up, Susan? Here's the 1-1. And Grisham pops that up to center field. And can they see it? Oh, and the ball drops. And that'll be a double. You had Friedel running towards it, and then Steer tried making a diving play. Looks like they had trouble seeing the ball because of the sun. So it pays off for the Yankees. So they do rule it as a double for Trent Grisham. So leadoff man is on for the Yankees. Let's see if the Yankees can do something with runners in scoring position. Yeah, Friedel was running after it. Steer came in from left field, made a diving play, but could not make the play. Now we have a runner on second with the captain at the plate. He takes strike one. Oh, 0-1 to Aaron Judge as Singer sets here on the 0-1. Here's the pitch. Check swing foul. 0-2. Singer sets here on the 0-2 against Judge. Here's the pitch. Struck him out. Judge goes down swinging. One away here in the top of the first. And that'll bring up Ben Rice to the plate. All right, go ahead and go vote in the poll. It's a new kind of question today. So ball one to Ben Rice. The 1-0. 2-0 now. Here's the 2-0. 3-0 now. That third base umpire confirms he did not go. It's 3 balls, no strikes now to Ben Rice, who hit a big solo home run off of Chase Burns last night. Let's see what he does tonight. That is in there for a strike. Giancarlo Stanton warming up on deck. Here's the 3-1, full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Singer sets here on the 3-2. Payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. Back-to-back strikeouts for Singer. 2-way here in the top of the first, just like that. After giving up that double, strikes out back-to-back. That brings up Giancarlo Stanton now. Nate Tomlinson, home plate umpire. They say he is neutral when it comes to strike calling. Not pitcher-friendly, not hitter-friendly. 6th season as an MLB umpire. Umpire telling Singer make eye contact with the batter. So let's see what Giancarlo does. With 2 outs, runner on second. First pitch, strike 1. The 0-1. 1-1 now to Giancarlo. So Grisham at second with 2 outs. It's a 1-1 count to Giancarlo Stanton as Singer sets here on the 1-1. Here's the pitch. Ball gets away. It's a wild pitch. Grisham moves over to third base now. It's a 2-1 count. The 2-1, 3-1 now. Here's the 3-1. Full count now to Stanton. Payoff pitch. Ball 4. Giancarlo draws a 2-out walk. And that brings up Jazz Chisholm Jr. So now we got runners on the corners with 2 outs here in the top of the first. Yankees have an opportunity once again. First pitch, 1-0. Singer sets here on the 1-0. Here's the pitch. 2-0 now. 2 balls, no strikes to Jazz Chisholm Jr. Runners on first and third with 2 outs. Top of the first. Can the Yankees get on the board here? Here's the 2-0. 2-1. As Singer sets here on the 2-1. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. 2-2. Count is even. Here's the 2-2. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. So 3 strikeouts here for Singer. Yankees leave a couple of runners stranded, and bottom of the first coming up. Let's see. Daniel Berry's in the chat. What is going on? Yo, Ace Chia. The Ace Avenue's in the building. What's up? Andrew Dang, what is going on? Well, I appreciate you popping in there, buddy. How are you? Yeah, make sure you all go vote in the poll. Let me know what you all are thinking. How many runners do the Yankees leave stranded? So far, 7 votes, and 71% of you are saying 4 to 6. Yeah, first thing are already stranded. Yeah, it's ridiculous. God. Nah, I think it's just a slump that they're going through. I guess players on both teams are having a problem seeing the ball. I mean, the sun's definitely bright out there for sure. So Cincinnati Reds lineup: TJ Friedel, Matt McClain, Ellie De La Cruz, Tyler Stevenson, Spencer Steer, Jose Trevino, Reese Hines, Christian Encarnacion Strand, Santiago Espinal. Brady Singer is your starter. 7th career start versus the Yankees. And Max Fried is on the mound here, folks. 9-2 record, 2.05 ERA, 16 starts for Max Fried. First pitch. TJ Friedel, 1-0 count, 2-0 now. 2 balls, no strikes here to TJ Friedel. We are in the bottom of the first as Fried sets here on the 2-0. Here's the pitch. 3-0 now. As Fried sets here on the 3-0. Here's the pitch. Strike 1, 3-1. Here's the 3-1. And that's a grounder hit right to Ben Rice, who tosses it to Fried as Fried steps on the bag for out number 1. 1 away here in the bottom of the first. Yankees defense: Dominguez, Grisham, Judge, Chisholm Jr., Volpe, LeMahieu, Rice. Stanton's DHing. Wells is at the dish. Fried is on the mound here, folks, and that'll bring up Matt McClain to the plate. First pitch, strike 1. The 0-1. Swing and a miss. It's 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes here to Matt McClain. Let's see if Fried could get his first strike out of the game. Here's the 0-2. And it's a line drive right to Volpe as he makes the play for out number 2. And that'll bring up Ellie De La Cruz to the plate. Swing and a miss by Dela Cruz, 0-1. Here's the 0-1. 1-1. Pitch was low. 1 ball, 1 strike here to Ellie Dela Cruz. As Fried sets here on the 1-1. Here's the pitch. Fouled away. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Let's play that 2-strike horn. Strikes, 2 outs. If we can get his strike. As Fried sets here on the 1-2. Here's the pitch. Inside, 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Two. Full count. Fried sets here on the 3-2. Payoff pitch. And that is right up the middle as Dela Cruz gets a 2-out single. And that'll bring up the designated hitter, Tyler Stevenson, to the plate. So runner on first with 2 outs. As Fried sets here against Stevenson. First pitch. Swing and a miss. Fried sets here on the 0-1 against Stevenson. And throws over to first to check on Cruz. As Cruz gets back to first base. Got to definitely check on him. Dude's got some wheels. The 0-1. Sent out to right field. It is strike 2, foul ball. Let's play that 2-strike horn. Let's see if we can get a strike out of the game. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bottom of the first. As Fried sets here on the 0-2. It's a long set. Here's the pitch. Struck him out looking. Out number 3. We're going to the top of the second. Let's go. Well, now we're going to the top of the second. Still a 0-0 game. That'll bring up the 6, 7, 8 batters. So Dominguez, Volpe, Wells will be due up. How we feeling, folks? How we feeling? How we doing? That was a beautiful pitch. What up, Stephen B? What's going on, man? What's up? Shout out to everybody in the chat. Make sure you all hit the like button. Hit that subscribe button. Share this channel out with everybody you know. I would greatly appreciate it. Let's continue growing this channel. We're on the road to 1,800 subs now. But how are we feeling, folks? How are we doing? Let's hope when the Yankees get on base, they could actually score some runs. They've already left 2 men on base, 0 for 3 with runners in scoring position. Boo. It's terrible. Exhausted. Yeah, exhausted from a long day at work. I get it, man. I get it. We all get those. It happens to the best of us, man. Let's check this poll real quick. So 10 votes, and 60% of you voted 4 to 6. Runners stranded or left on base. All right, let's get this game cast back up. Where are we at? Here we go. Oh, that is hit into center field by Dominguez. As that bounces off the wall, Dominguez is going for 2, and he will safely make it. I'll lead off double. Deja vu. Definitely gave that ball a ride, and Friedel definitely could not see. That sun is bright out there, so played it off the wall. Now let's see if the Yankees could actually score with a runner on second. Strike 1 to Volpe. One ball, one strike now to Anthony Volpe. It is a 1-1 count. Nobody out. Runner on second. Here's the 1-1. 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Anthony Volpe. As Singer sets here on the 1-2. Here's the pitch. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Count is even. Volpe batting .233, 9 homers, 43 ribbies, OPS of .729. Whoa. Singer just misses on that one. It's a full count now. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Singer sets on the 3-2. Here's the pitch. And Volpe works a walk. So leadoff double and a walk. We got runners on first and second for Austin Wells. Once again, Yankees have an opportunity with runners in scoring position. Can they execute? Seems to be the question over the last couple of weeks. Swing and a miss by Wells. 0-1. The 0-1. Foul back. 0-2. Singer sets on the 0-2. The pitch. And there's a grounder right to the first baseman. They get Volpe out at second. Oh, actually, no. They said De La Cruz is off the bag, so Volpe is safe. Everybody's safe. So the bases are now loaded for DJ LeMahieu. So Wells reaches on a fielder's choice. And there was a throw-in error by Encarnacion Strand, so they are going to rule that as an error. So it's not on Cruz, it's on Encarnacion Strand, their first baseman. So Yankees got a break on that one. So base is loaded now for DJ LeMahieu here, folks. First pitch. 1-0. As Singer sets here on the 1-0. Here's the pitch. Strike one. 1 ball, 1 strike here to DJ LeMahieu. Bases loaded with nobody out. The Yankees have a golden opportunity here in the top of the second. Here's the 1-1. 1-2 now to DJ LeMahieu. As Singer sets here on the 1-2. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss by DJ. What would have been ball 2 struck him out. And now we're back to the top of the order. So that'll bring up Trent Grisham to the plate, who hit a double in his first at bat. And granted, I don't know if the Yankees bats are having a hard time seeing the ball. I know there's a little bit of a complaint there from Ben Rice. First pitch to Grisham. Line drive. There it is. Finds the hole. That'll score Dominguez. So it's a 1-0 game. Yankees are on the board. Volpe is at third. Wells is at second. And it is a RBI single for Trent Grisham. Yankees are on the board just like that. 1-0. And that'll bring up the captain, Aaron Judge, with the bases loaded. So Judge struck out in his first at bat. He takes ball 1 here against Singer. What's up, Antonio? What up, Lou? And Judge fouls off that one. It's 1-1 now. Here's the 1-1. Swing and a miss, 1-2. Ben Rice waiting on deck for the Yankees as Singer sets on the 1-2. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. So Judge striking out for the second straight time. He goes 0 for 2. Now we got 2 outs with the bases loaded. That brings up Ben Rice to the plate. First pitch. Grounded foul. 0-1 to Ben Rice. The 0-1. Swing and a miss. 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes to Ben Rice. 2 outs. Bases loaded. Top of the second. Yankees leading 1-0. As Singer sets here on the 0-2. The pitch. Inside 1-2. Giancarlo Stanton waiting on deck. As Singer sets here on the 1-2. Here's the pitch. Struck him out looking. Yankees leave a few runners stranded, but they do score 1. And now we are going to the bottom of the second here, folks. So the Yankees leave 5 stranded now. 1 for 8 with runners in scoring position. Yeah, not what we wanted to see. Huh. But bottom of the second will be coming up. We're in a commercial break. Once again, make sure you all hit the like button, hit that subscribe, share this channel out with everybody you know. I would greatly appreciate it. But hey, at least the Yankees scored 1, right? With a runner in scoring position. But yeah, I mean, maybe the sun's playing a factor. I don't, for the Yankees. I know it definitely is hurting. It's hurting definitely hurting the outfield out there for the Reds. So it's almost 7 o'clock there. So hopefully the sun comes down a little bit lower, so it helps out the Yankees. All swinging for the fences. Yeah, they're just make contact with the ball, drive some runs in. Some of that more fundamental baseball. You know what I mean? Yeah, you got 1 run. I wouldn't know, Andrew. I've never been to Cincinnati. I will say though, I've never heard anybody say anything great about Ohio. But I've never been. All right, we're back to the game. Bottom of the second, and Spencer Steer is at the plate. First pitch, strike 1. The 0-1, swing and a miss. It's 0-2. Let's see if Fried could get his second strikeout of the game. The 0-2, inside, 1-2. Fried sets here on the 1-2. Here's the pitch. Struck him out looking. Let's go. Out number 1. Strikeout of the game for Max Fried. Nice pitch. Now we have Jose Trevino, who hits a grounder, but it is foul. 0-1 to Jose Trevino. Here's the 0-1. It's a grounder. Fried, bobbles it, throws it to first, and he still gets him out for out number 2. Good job to Max Fried. Good job to Max Fried. So 2 outs here in the bottom of the second. That'll bring up Reese Hines to the plate. As Fried sets, first pitch, 1-0. Fried sets here on the 1-0 against Hines. Here's the pitch. 1-1. Nice curveball. 72-mile-per-hour curveball. So 1 ball, 1 strike here to Reese Hines. As Fried sets on a 1-1. The pitch. Swing and a miss. 1-2. Let's play that. And Fried get hit. First strike out of the game. As Fried sets on the 1-2. Here's the pitch. 2-2. Fried sets. Here's the 2-2. Swing and a miss, and he struck him out. Third strikeout of the game for Max Fried, and we're going to the top of the third. And that'll bring up Giancarlo Stanton, Jazz Chisholm Jr., Jason Dominguez, 4, 5, 6 batters coming up for New York Yankees. I mean, let's see if they get the bases loaded. And if they do, can they just score more than one run? Is that possible? Is that possible, folks? Is that a possibility? Let's hope that they can, right? But how we doing, folks? How we doing? Yeah, I know. I can't believe it either. Welkin says Cody great and the judge. Sorry, I'd tread slowly on that, dude. For now, sure, for now. But if you're talking about overall, no way, man. Also in October, well, yeah, judge in October. They don't exactly get along. Let's hope the Yankees can get some runs. You know, even if the bases aren't loaded. When I'm looking at the scores right now across Major League Baseball, Rangers are beating Baltimore 4-0. Athletics beating Tigers 3-0. Guardians beating Blue Jays 3-1. 0-0 between the Mets and Braves. 0-0 between the Royals and Rays. Looks like we are back at the game here. There we go. Giancarlo Stanton will be starting things off here in the top of the third. So Singer sets. Here's the pitch. Strike one to Giancarlo. Here's the 0-1. 1-1. The 1-1. And Giancarlo hits that ball to center field, and the play is not made by Friedel. The ball came out of his glove. Thought he made the catch on that diving play. Yeah, when the glove hit the grass, the ball came out. So Yankees getting some favors here from the Reds. He needs to really take advantage of these opportunities. My God. As Giancarlo's on first base, he takes his lead. Brings up Jazz Chisholm Jr. He's 0 for 1 tonight. First pitch. Jazz hits that ball deep into right field, looking up, and that ball is gone. A 2-run home run by Jazz Chisholm Jr. And just like that, the Yankees take a 3-0 lead. Jazz Chisholm Jr. And the Yankees are leading 3-0 with nobody out. And that'll bring up Jason Dominguez to the plate. Dominguez takes ball 1-0 to the Martian. Here's the 1-0, 2-0. The 2-0, 2-1 now to Dominguez. 2 balls, 1 strike. The 2-1, 3-1 now to Jason Dominguez. Still nobody out here in the top of the third. Jazz Chisholm Jr. hits a 2-run home run to give the Yankees a 3-0 lead. And Dominguez hits that ball to left field out of play. Full count now. Payoff pitch. Dominguez fouls it off. Still 3 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Dominguez fouls it off again. Dominguez battling here against Brady Singer. Dominguez 1 for 1, had a double in the second, scored a run. As Singer sets here on the 3-2. Here's the pitch. Struck him out looking. 1 away here in the top of the third. Singer already has 6 strikeouts tonight. A couple of walks, giving up 3 runs. And that does bring up Anthony Volpe, who drew a walk in his first at-bat. Let's see what he does here in the second at-bat tonight. First pitch is a chopper hit to third. And Espinal just gets him out. So that's 2 away here now in the top of the third. As Espinal played it nicely on the chopper and fired it to first and got the out. Yeah, Volpe was running. Just got him. And that brings up Austin Wells now, who's 0 for 1 in tonight's game. First pitch. Wells fouls it back, 0-1. Actually, Singer has 7 strikeouts, not 6. They just updated on the game cast. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss, 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes here with 2 outs. Top of the third. Yankees up 3-0 here against the Reds. As Singer sets here on the 0-2. Here's the pitch. Wells fouls it off, staying alive. Singer sets on the 0-2. The pitch is fouled away. Still staying alive. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Top of third. Singer's pitch count at 64 as he sets here on the 0-2. Swing and a miss. 8th strikeout of the game for Singer. But the Yankees do put up 2 more runs on a 2-run home run by Jazz Chisholm Jr. And we are going to the bottom of the third now. But how we doing? How we doing, folks? Yankees up 3-0. least they got a 3-0 lead. Now let's see if they can add more. So 14 votes, and 50% of you said that the Yankees will leave 4-6. So far, they've only left 5. So tired of the V&W boys. Chicken parm? I don't know, man. I don't know if the chicken parm's going to help. I don't know what's going to help these guys. But at least they're up 3-0 right now. Let's hope that the bats can continue showing up. And let's hope Max Fried can continue having a good outing. But we are in a commercial break. The game will resume here shortly. So how was everybody's day? Everybody had a good day? Anybody up to anything good tonight? Can't believe the 4th of July is almost around the corner. Anybody got any 4th of July plans? Desiree telling me not to put the hat back on. The hat's the jinx. Don't you dare put it back on. Okay. It's not going to put back. Anytime the Yankees lose now, the hat stays off. When they win, the hat will go back on. But we are back to the game. And Encarnacion Strand is at the plate. He takes it's 1-1 count here to Encarnacion Strand. As Fried sets here on the 1-1. The pitch. Swing and a miss. 1-2. Let's see if Fried could get his 4th strikeout of the game. Fried sets on the 1-2. Here's the pitch. Pitch is high. 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Nice, Robert. 6th on Broadway. Okay. It is a full count now to Encarnacion Strand. Fried sets here on the 3-2. The pitch is fouled away. Three balls, 2 strikes here to Encarnacion Strand. Fried looking for his 4th strikeout of the game. And the pitch is a grounder. Fried fields it, throws it to first for out number 1. And that'll bring up Santiago Espinal to the plate. Fried sets here against Espinal. Ball 1. Here's the 1-0. 1-1 now to Espinal. The 1-1. Pitch is high. Ball 2, 2-1. Fried sets on the 2-1. Here's the pitch. It's a grounder, but foul. 2-2. Freed sets here against Espinal. The 2-2. Full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Three balls, 2 strikes here to Espinal as Freed sets. The pitch is popped up to left field, but it looks like Grisham is right there to make the play for out number 2. 2 away here in the bottom of the third. And we are back to the top of the order. And that'll bring up TJ Friedel, who is 0 for 1 in tonight's game. Fried so far, so good. Let's see if he can make this 1-2-3. First pitch to Friedel. Strike 1. The 0-1. It's a grounder. Hit to Rice. He will take it himself. Steps on the bag for out number 3. And that'll end the inning here, folks. We are going to the top of the 4th. 9-1-2 batters coming up. LeMahieu, Grisham, Judge. So no runs, no hits, no errors. So far, so good for Max Fried, folks. So far, so good. Rodney says, too smooth, Grisham. For real. Yeah, Desiree, this year is flying by. I don't even know where the year went. It's crazy. Before you know it, it'll be the All-Star break. Wow, man. But how's everybody feeling on this Wednesday? It's the middle of the week. It's almost the end of the week. Weekend will be coming up. Then the weekend after, it'll be the 4th. Hopefully, some of you get a long weekend from that. Football season, yeah. Football season is going to be here before we know it. But how are we feeling, folks? How are we feeling? Make sure you all hit the like button, hit that subscribe, share this channel out with everybody you know. I would greatly appreciate it. Make sure you all go vote in the poll. Rodney, your question that you always ask, you inspired me to ask it in a poll, bro. All right. Oh, Eric Davis. I remember this guy. That guy was good. DJ LeMahieu is at the plate. First pitch is ball 1. 1-0. So Grisham, he's 0 for 1. He struck out. In his first at bat, he takes ball 2 now, 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes here to DJ LeMahieu. 2-0. That is in there for a strike. Got him on that corner. 2-1 now. As Singer sets on the 2-1, here's the pitch. It is grounded. It is fouled. 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Two balls, 2 strikes to DJ LeMahieu. Here's the 2-2. Full count. So Singer already at 70 pitches here in the fourth. He's got 8 strikeouts, walked a couple, gave up 3 runs. As LeMahieu fouls off that pitch, still staying alive, still 3 balls, 2 strikes. As Singer sets on the 3-2, the pitch is a grounder right to Encarnacion Strand. He will take it himself. He steps on the bag for out number 1. And that'll bring up Trent Grisham to the plate, who is 2 for 2 in tonight's game with a double and a single. Also had an RBI. First pitch, strike 1. Here's the 0-1. Pitch is fouled back. 0-2. Singer sets here on the 0-2. Here's the pitch. Ball 1, 1-2. What's up, John? Glad you could join us from Vermont. I know you had a flight today, so I'm glad you're safe. It's a 1-2 count here to Grisham. Grisham hits that ball, but it is foul. Grisham gave that one a ride. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out here. In the top of the fourth, the Yankees have a 3-0 lead. Aaron Judge is waiting on deck for the Yankees. Here's the 1-2. Grisham fouls it off. Still 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's the 1-2. Did he go? He did not, according to third base umpire. So count is even at 2 balls, 2 strikes now. Here's the 2-2. Full count. Three balls, 2 strikes here to Grisham. We have 1 away here in the top of the fourth. The Yankees are leading 3-0 against the Reds. As Grisham calls time, and he will step back into the batter's box. Singer sets here on the 3-2, and the pitch is line drive right to Dela Cruz as he makes the play for out number 2. Dela Cruz was right there. And that'll bring up Aaron Judge to the plate. He's 0 for 2 in tonight's game. Struck out both at bats. Let's see what he does in his third at bat. Judge pops that one up to center field, and Friedel will make the play as the Yankees go down in order. And we will be going to the bottom of the fourth. It is a commercial break here, folks. Long 7-hour flight, including layover. Yeah. At the hotel, nice. Yeah, that. Well, at least they didn't have anybody on base, so that's a good thing, right? That was lame. But how we feeling, folks? How we doing? How we doing? What's going on? Everybody good? DJ could have done better. Yeah. Let's check the top fans of the chat. Oh snap! Desiree at number 1, Petruzzi at 2, Susan at 3. Those are your top 3 in the chat. How long is the Star Trek tour, man? I know you said you're going to meet William Shatner too. That's pretty cool. Yeah. So what? Who cares if you're a nerd? Embrace it, dude. Five days? Okay. So you'll be flying back on Sunday? All right, let's pull up the game cast. And we have Matt McLean at the plate. He's 0 for 1 tonight. He takes strike 1. So Fried right now, 3 innings pitched, only gave up the 1 hit, no runs, no walks, struck out 3. As McLean steps back into the plate, Fried is ready to go. He sets on the 0-1. Here's the pitch. 1-1. As Fried sets on the 1-1. Here's the pitch. Foul tip, 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes here to Matt McLean. Fried looking for his 4th strikeout of the game. As Fried sets here on the 1-2. Here's the pitch. Ball in the dirt, 2-2. The 2-2. Full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Dela Cruz is waiting on deck for the Reds. As Fried sets here on the 3-2, the pitch is hit into right field. Judge going back, makes the play for out number 1. And that'll bring up Ellie Dela Cruz, who is 1 for 1 in tonight's game. Dela Cruz at the plate. Fried sets here against Dela Cruz. First pitch, swing and a miss, 0-1. No balls, 1 strike here to Dela Cruz. Fried already at 50 pitches. Fried sets here on the 0-1. The pitch, 0-2. Swing and a miss. No balls, 2 strikes here. Fried still looking for his 4th strikeout of the game. Fried sets here on the 0-2. And the pitch, 1-2. Here's the 1-2. 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Fried sets on the 2-2. The pitch is full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes now to Dela Cruz. Fried sets on the 3-2. Payoff pitch is hit into center field. Grisham running after it. That ball will drop as Cruz gets his 2nd single of the game. He is 2 for 2 in tonight's game. He gets a 1-out single. That'll bring up Tyler Stevenson to the plate. So Tyler Stevenson at the plate. He's 0 for 1. First pitch is ball 1, 1-0. As Fried sets on the 1-0. Here's the pitch. Grounded foul. 1-1. One ball, 1 strike here to Tyler Stevenson. Dela Cruz at first base with 1 out. Yankees have a 3-0 lead here in the bottom of the 4th as Fried sets here on the 1-1. Here's the pitch, 2-1. Fried sets on the 2-1. Looks at first, throws over to first as Dela Cruz gets back. Fried sets on the 2-1 to Stevenson. The pitch is swing and a miss, 2-2. Fried keeping an eye on Dela Cruz over there at first. He sets the 2-2. Full count. Three balls, 2 strikes here to Stevenson. It's a full count as Fried sets. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Grounded. Nice pickup by Chisholm. Gets the runner out at first. Dela Cruz at second, so definitely no chance of a double play. So 2 away here now with a runner on second, bottom of the 4th. That brings up Spencer Steer to the plate. So Matt Blake out on the mound talking with Max Fried. All right. Back to the game. Spencer Steer will come to the plate with 2 outs with a runner on second. As Fried sets here against Steer, first pitch, 0-1. Fried still looking for his 4th strikeout of the game. As Fried sets here on the 0-1. Here's the pitch, 1-1. One ball, one strike here to Spencer Steer. The 1-1. Swing and a miss. It's 1-2. Let's play that 2 strike. And his 4th strike game. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 out. Runner on second. Fried sets on the 1-2. Here's the pitch. It's a grounder right to Jazz. Fires to first. Oh, throws it way off base, and Dela Cruz will score. So it's now a 3-1 game. So that should be an error on Jazz Chisholm Jr. The inning stays alive. Not what we wanted. Yeah, threw it offline, clearly forced Rice off of the first base bag, and drove it over the head of Dela Cruz as he ducked. So the inning is alive with a runner on first. It's a 3-1 game. Jose Trevino is at the plate. He's 0 for 1 in tonight's game. The 1-0. 1-1. Yeah, so they rule it as a single and a throwing error on Jazz. Not what we wanted to see. 1 ball, 1 strike here to Jose Trevino with 2 outs, runner on first. The Reds get on the board on a single by Steer and a throwing error by Jazz Chisholm Jr. The 1-1 is a grounder hit to DJ, fields it, throws to first for out number 3, but the Reds do get on the board. It's now a 3-1 game. Top of the 5th will be coming up. 3, 4, 5 batters coming up for the Yankees, Rice, Stanton, and Jazz. Need a real third baseman. Yeah, Jazz. Look, I don't think Jazz is a terrible third baseman, but he needs to go back to second. You know, he's a second baseman. That's where he plays best. You're watching the NBA draft? That's cool, dude. You can watch the NBA draft. I actually forgot that was tonight. But how's everybody doing? IKF third. You don't care what people say. That's where he belongs. So I know Beagle was talking about being a Star Trek fan. So Beagle, are you a Star Wars fan? And I'll ask everybody else, or if you're either a Star Trek fan or a Star Wars fan, let me know. Yeah, I mean, supposedly, according to Bob Nightingale, supposedly the Yankees are interested in reuniting with IKF. I think his time with the Yankees, I think they misused him, honestly. And I think he would perform. I think he would do better under James Rousing. Wellington says he only likes Star Wars. Okay, ain't nothing wrong with that. I like Star Wars. I watched some Star Trek. I just could never get into it. But I know people that like Star Wars. All right, we are back to the game here. So Ben Rice 0 for 2 in tonight's game. Oh, as he gets hit by Singer on the first pitch, and he will take first base. That was a 91-mile-per-hour pitch to the leg. So Ben Rice will be at first base to start off the top of the fifth. That'll bring up Giancarlo Stanton to the plate as he's kind of limping just a little bit. It looks like he'll be fine. So Giancarlo Stanton, 1 for 1. Had a walk, had a single, scored a run. As Singer sets here against Stanton. First pitch, ball 1. Here's the 1-0. Giancarlo fouls that off. It's a strike 1, 1-1. As Singer sets on the 1-1. Here's the pitch. 2-1 now to Giancarlo Stanton. Here's the 2-1. 3-1 now to Giancarlo Stanton. Singer at 86 pitches. The 3-1, ball 4. Giancarlo Stanton draws a walk. We got runners on first and second with Jazz Chisholm Jr. coming to the plate. Jazz hit a 2-run home run in his last at bat. Let's see what he does here in his third at bat. So Jazz is 1 for 2, had a 2-run home run in the third. Looks like Trevino's out there talking with Singer. For sure, Andrew. Yeah, I like Star Wars. I really do. I've seen the movies. Last 20 games for Jazz, 343, 4 homers, 13 RBIs, OPS is 976. Reds have somebody warming up in their bullpen. First pitch, ball 1. Want to know to Jazz Chisholm Jr. Runners take their lead at first and second. Here's the 1-0. That is in there for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike now to Jazz. As Singer sets here on the 1-1. Here's the pitch. 2-1 now. 2 balls, 1 strike to Jazz. Singer has thrown 90 pitches. As Singer sets here on the 2-1. Here's the pitch. Jazz shows bunt, but it's fouled. 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out, 2 men on for the Yankees. Rice at second, Giancarlo Stanton at first. As Jazz calls time, umpire grants it. The 2-2. Jazz pops it up to center field. Friedel is right there. He makes the play. Rice will stay at second. Giancarlo Stanton will stay at first. And that'll bring up Jason Dominguez to the plate with 1 out, runners on first and second. Yeah, not a great bunt. I agree. Looks like Trevino giving his team some signals here. So Dominguez is 1 for 2 in tonight's game. As Singer sets first pitch, swing and a miss, 0-1. And the ground ball, De La Cruz fields it, fires it, and Dominguez is safe. He beats out the throw. Bases are loaded now for the Yankees, and that'll bring up Anthony Volpe to the plate. He did bobble it, made the throw, but not in time. How will they score that? So they do score that as a single. So big opportunity here for Anthony Volpe. He's 0 for 1 tonight. He takes ball 1. He's 0 for 1 with a walk. Yeah, off of the heel of the glove. They show that replay. 2 balls, no strikes now to Anthony Volpe. Singer sets here on the 2-0. Here's the pitch. Volpe fouls it back, 2-1. Singer sets on the 2-1. Here's the pitch. 3-1 now to Volpe. A walk is just as good as a hit. A walk is just as good as a hit. As Singer sets on the 3-1. The pitch. Strike 2, full count. Trevino signaling to the dugout. Oh, okay. He signaled, yeah. So trainer coming out for the Reds along with Terry Francona. Checking in on Singer, seeing if he's all right. Let's see what they do here. Never want to see a player get hurt. Let's see, are they going to take him out? Looks like, let's see if they have him throw like a couple of warm-up pitches here. No, I guess not. I guess he's going to stay in the game. All right. Full count here. The pitch. Volpe pops it up to center field. And Rice thought about tagging. Oh, and Rice scores. Whoa, that was interesting. It's a 4-1 game. So Rice was off the bag. Friedel makes the catch. Rice gets back to third, then tags up. So he took off too early. Friedel, then he goes back. Friedel throws to Dela Cruz, and Dela Cruz was not aware of what was going on, and Ben Rice still scored. He was safe. Wow, that was interesting. Well, sack fly for Volpe. Now we got 2 outs, runners on first and second. That brings up Austin Wells. He takes strike 1. Here's the 0-1. 0-2 now. Oh for 2 for Austin Wells on a fielder's choice and a strikeout. The 0-2, and Wells strikes out. Out number 3. Bottom of the 5th, Yankees do get a run. It's a 4-1 game. And Singer gets his 9th strikeout of the game. That'll do it for him. 7, 8, 9 batters coming up for the Cincinnati Reds. We are in a commercial break, and I will take a small break as well, and I will be right back, folks. All right, we're back. And I see Jaden updates NBA. What is up? He says, my Mavs drafted Flag, and if the Yankees win, that would be a perfect night for me. Good luck. I'm glad they got your boy. And C. Santa, first time seeing you. What's up, C. Santa? How you doing? What is going on? What's up? What's up? Make sure you all hit the like, hit that subscribe, share this channel out. We're on the road to 1,800 here, folks. Bottom of the 5th. And Reese Hines leading things off here in the bottom of the 5th. He takes ball 1 from Fried. As Fried sets here on the 1-0. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, 1-1. As Fried sets here on the 1-1. The pitch. Swing and a miss, 1-2. Fried looking for his 4th strikeout of the night. Fried sets on the 1-2. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, and he struck him out. Fourth strikeout of the night. One away here in the bottom of the fifth. Christian Encarnacion Strand at the plate. He is 0 for 1 tonight. First pitch. Ball 1. Yeah, Yankees have left 7 men on base. It looks like they're 2 for 11 with runners in scoring position. Fried sets on the 1-0. The pitch. And that is hit to center field. Grisham running after it. He makes the play for out number 2. Great play there by Trent Grisham as he robs a hit from Encarnacion Strand. That'll bring up Santiago Espinal to the plate. As Fried sets here against Espinal, he takes strike 1. So we have 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th. It's a 4-1 game. Yankees are up. As Fried sets here on the 0-1. The pitch is a grounder, but it is foul. 0-2 now. Let's play that 2-strike horn. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, bottom of the 5th. Fried trying to make this a 1-2-3 inning here. Here's the 0-2. Goes to the backstop. 1-2 now. Fried sets on the 1-2. Here's the pitch. Ball in the dirt, 2-2. Fried looking for his 5th strikeout of the game. Fried sets. The 2-2 is hit to right field, and that will drop in fair territory, and it bounces into the stands. So it's a ground rule double for Espinal as he keeps the inning alive. That ball hit the line. Wasn't a foul ball. Wasn't a foul ball. Definitely wasn't a foul ball. Looks like the umpires got that one right. And we're back to the top of the lineup. That'll bring up TJ Friedel, who is 0 for 2 with 2 groundouts tonight. Fried throws back to second. Oh, they got him out. He got picked off. He said, I got you. Let's see if they challenge it. Could they challenge it? Umpire called it out. Yeah, he was way off the bag. Yeah, they got him. Nice job. Wow. Good job to Fried. Good job to Volpe getting to the tag. But let's see. I don't know if they're gonna challenge it or not. Now, it looks like they got him. Just got him. Wow. I don't know. We'll see. It looks like I think they're reviewing it. I mean, yeah, it's under review. We'll see what they say. Let's see it from this view. Oh, he's ooh. That's close. I don't even know anymore. I feel like the reviews are useless. Well, it's been confirmed. They said he was out, so Max Fried picks off Hines. Or it was Espinal. My apologies. It was Espinal. Well, good job. All right. Commercial break. We are going to the top of the sixth here, folks. They confirmed it. I mean, I don't know. Like from the umpires, where the umpire was, the second base umpire, looked like he was tagged out. But then the replays, you couldn't really tell if he was out or not. But I'll take it, man. I don't know. You never know. We would have crushed Volpe, yeah, for real. You never know with these umpires, man, and the reviews. You just don't know anymore. There's just so much inconsistency with the calls, But 4-1 lead. Top of the sixth coming up. So let's see if the Yankees could put up some more runs. So again, so far with Yankees in they left 7 men on base. They're 2 for 11 with runners in scoring position. 25 votes. 16% of you voted 7-9, so 16% of you so far are right. And who are the top fans of the chat? I'm always going to ask. All right. Desiree at 1, Susan at 2, Welkin at 3. That is your top 3 of the chat. All right, we are back to the game. New pitcher for the Cincinnati Reds. Ian Joba. First pitch is a grounder by LeMahieu. That passes both De La Cruz and the second baseman as LeMahieu gets his first hit of the game. So he starts things off with a single. And now that brings up Trent Grisham, who's 2 for 3 in tonight's game. Let's see if the Yankees can get a run or two here in the top of the sixth. First pitch to Grisham, ball 1. The 1-0. 1-1. Here's the 1-1 pitch. 1-2 now. One ball, 2 strikes here to Trent Grisham. Runner on first here in the top of the sixth. Yankees have a 4-1 lead as Grisham calls time. As Grisham steps back into the plate. Joba sets here on the 1-2 against Grisham. Here's the pitch. Ball in the dirt, 2-2. What's up, Sunil? Long day at work, huh? It's a good thing, though, right? As Joba sets here on the 2-2 against Grisham. Here's the pitch. Grisham fouls it back, still staying alive. Joba sets here on the 2-2. The pitch. Full count. Three balls, two strikes to Trent Grisham. DJ's at first base with nobody out here in the top of the sixth. As Joba sets here on a 3-2. And the pitch is a grounder that bounces off of Encarnacion Strand's glove. And runners are safe. So we got runners on first and second here in the top of the sixth for the Yankees. That'll bring up Aaron Judge to the plate. See how they rule that. So they rule that as a single. So Judge is 0 for 3 with a couple of strikeouts and a flyout. Fourth hit, 3-hit game this season. Second to last 4 games for Trent Grisham. As Joba sets here against Judge. First pitch. Strike one, 0-1. This would be an opportunity here for Judge to just explode. As Joba sets here on the 0-1. Here's the pitch. Judge fouls it off, 0-2. They got Rogers warming up in the Reds bullpen. Left-handed pitcher. Joba sets here on the 0-2 against Judge. Here's the pitch. Judge hits that ball to left field, and that'll go to the wall. DJ will score, 5-1 game, and Trent Grisham will go to third, and that is a RBI double for Aaron Judge. Yankees take a 5-1 lead here. Let's go. And that'll bring up Ben Rice to the plate. Great hit there by Judge. Yeah, right, Walken, finally. So runners on second and third, nobody out. Ben Rice is at the plate. Let's see if the Yankees could get some more runs here. Talk about golden opportunities. And there's a hit by Rice, stopped by De La Cruz, throws over to first, gets Rice out. And Grisham will stay at third, so runners will stay at second and third. That was a good play by De La Cruz. Makes the diving play and then throws over to first. And here we have Giancarlo Stanton. He takes ball one. Stanton is 1 for 1 with a couple of walks, and he also scored a run. So runners on second and third with 1 out. Swing and a miss. 1 ball, 1 strike. Looking at the replay here. Could Trent Grisham have scored? Probably not. I mean, I understand why Grisham didn't take off. And there's a grounder. De La Cruz grounds it, fields it, throws it to first. Out number 2, but that does score Trent Grisham. So good job to Giancarlo to drive the run in. Now it's a 6-1 game here in the top of the 6th. Judge is at second base, and that'll bring up Jazz Chisholm Jr. So Yankees got a couple of more runs here. And Terry Francona coming out. And as there will be a pitching change here. That'll bring in Rogers to the plate. Left-handed pitcher to go up against Jazz Chisholm Jr. Yeah, Taylor Rogers will be your pitcher. What up, Timothy? I don't think there's been too much Volpe hate tonight comparatively to other nights. No, she's definitely not. Susan's never in timeout. But looking at these other scores, 3-0, top of the 9th. Athletics are beating the Tigers. 4-4 game, bottom of the 8th between the Blue Jays and Guardians. 6-1 game, Mets are beating the Braves, top of the 6th. Rays are beating the Royals right now, 3-0. 0-0 game, bottom of the 5th, Mariners and Twins. 7-0 game, Cubs are beating St. Louis. Astros beating the Phillies 1-0. 0-0, top of the 2nd, Dodgers and Rockies. So Yankees have a day off tomorrow. Then they have a 3-game set against the Oakland Athletics at the stadium. Then they fly out to Toronto on a 4-game set starting on Monday before coming back to New York, but they're going to Citi Field to play against the Mets. Rays are scary. But I'm wondering, and I believe it was Susan that was asking this, I'm wondering if them playing at Steinbrenner Field is helping them out. But here we have Jazz Chisholm Jr. at the plate. He takes strike 1, 0-1 to Jazz. We are here in the top of the 6th. Runner on second, 2 outs, 6-1 game. Yankees are leading the 0-1 as Jazz fouls that back. It is 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes here to Jazz Chisholm as he calls time. Here's the 0-2. 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes here to Jazz. As Rogers sets here on the 1-2. The pitch is struck him out looking. Not sure about that pitch. But bottom of the 6th coming up. Top of the order coming up for the Yankees. But it's a 6-1 game. Yankees put up a couple more runs. So it looks like the White Sox beat the Diamondbacks 7-3. The Brewers beat the Pirates 4-2. Angels beat the Red Sox 5-2. Padres beat the Nationals 1-0. The Rangers beat the Orioles 7-0. There was a perfect game going on at one point. Then it was a no-hitter, and it looks like this might be how the game – I don't think the game ended in a no-hitter. Let's see. No, Orioles got a hit. Funny. Same thing was going on yesterday in that game, too. But how are we feeling tonight, folks? How's everybody's Wednesday night going? How's the weather in your area? Is it hot? Is it cool? Miserable? So name that Yankee, 296 average, 152 home runs, 859 RBIs, 1129 runs, 73-81 for the Reds, 82-86 with the Yankees, 86-88 with the Braves, 88-90 with the Reds, 90-91 with the said M's. Is that the Mariners? But that's your name that Yankee. But back to the game. As Fried is back out there in the bottom of the sixth. TJ Friedel at the plate. He's 0 for 2 in tonight's game. It's 1-0. Here's the 1-0 pitch. 1-1. Here's the 1-1. Foul back, 1-2. One ball, two strikes here at Friedel as he calls time. Fried looking for his fifth strikeout of the game. Fried sets on the 1-2. The pitch. Ball two. Ball in the dirt. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the 2-2. Struck him out. 5th strikeout of the game. And that'll bring up Matt McLean to the plate. Beautiful breaking ball there by Max Fried. Matt McLean 0 for 2 in tonight's game. First pitch, 0-1. Fried sets here on the 0-1. The pitch, fouled off, 0-2. See if Fried could get his 6th strikeout of the game. As Fried sets here on the 0-2. Here's the pitch. Struck him out looking. Back-to-back strikeouts here for Max Fried. Oop. Got some problems here. Technical difficulties. Sorry. So 6 strikeouts for Max Fried. Here we have Ellie De La Cruz. He's 2 for 2 in tonight's game. Couple singles. Scored the only run of the game for the Reds. First pitch. Ball 1. Fried sets on the 1-0. The pitch. As De La Cruz pops that up in foul territory. Ben Rice makes the play for out number 3. 6 strong by Max Fried. Top of the 7th coming up. 6, 7, 8 batters coming up. Dominguez, Volpe, Wells. So nice 1, 2, 3 inning there by Fried. Yeah, Fried is that guy, man. Fried is that guy for sure. Pitches for Fried. Let's see. He is at 89 pitches. He could come back out for the 7th. So far, Yankees have left 8 men on base. And 19% of you voted 7-9. So let's see if it stays that way. So good job to the 19% so far. Top fans of the chat, the usual 3, Desiree, Susan, Welkin. Yeah, I mean, the bullpen, yeah, definitely suffering. So, I mean, Fried is doing a good job. And thankfully, they got a day off tomorrow. So by the time they get back to New York, they'll have a rested bullpen. But the pitching has been fine for the Yankees, though. That's the thing. Like, the pitching's been great for the Yankees. It's the offense. At least the offense is coming alive in tonight. But we need to see more of that, right? We need to see more of that consistency. But it looks like we are back to the game. Skies look pretty cool there in Cincinnati. Taylor Rogers is on the mound. And 1-0 to Dominguez. Dominguez is 2 for 3 with a double single, scored a run. So Dominguez having himself a nice game tonight. Here's the 1-0 pitch. A ground ball, and it gets through for a single. Dominguez, 3 for 4, starts things off here in the top of the 7th with a single. And that'll bring up Anthony Volpe to the plate. Yeah, Leiter Jr., I mean, yeah, only so much you could ask of him, man. Like, that bullpen situation from last night, like, I didn't agree the way it was ran. But, we could slice it and dice it however we want. And there goes Dominguez. He steals second base. Let's go. Runner on second, 0-1 to Anthony Volpe. That's the 11th steal of the season for the Martian. So Dominguez making it happen here. The 0-1. Swing and a miss. Rogers sets here on the 0-2. The pitch. 1-2. Volpe 0 for 1 in today's game, but had one RBI and a walk. As he takes ball 2 to count it as 2 balls, 2 strikes. Rogers sets here against Volpe. The 2-2 pitch. Check swing, couldn't hold up, strikes out. 1 away here in the top of the 7th. Yeah, no, definitely, Timothy. I agree. I want to see more. If he keeps hitting like this, if he'd have more games like this, definitely put him at the leadoff spot. I'm all for it. Some people are saying put him at the leadoff spot to start the season, but I want to see some consistent at bats from him. 1-0 as Wells pops that up to left field as the ball is out of play. It is 1-1 now to Austin Wells as Steer was running after it. Phillips is warming up in the bullpen for the Reds, right-handed pitcher. So runner on second, 1 out, top of the 7th. 1-1 count to Austin Wells. Yankees have a 6-1 lead here in the top of the 7th as Rogers sets here on the 1-1. The pitch is, whoa, almost hit Wells, 2-1. Two balls, one strike here to Austin Wells. As Rogers sets the 2-1, 3-1 now. Rogers sets the 3-1. Foul back, 3-2, full count. The 3-2. Wells fouls it off. Staying alive. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Still to Austin Wells. As Rogers sets on the 3-2. The pitch is ball 4. And Dominguez steals third base. So 12 stolen base for Dominguez. Good job. So runners on the corners now for the Yankees. Nine stolen bases in the last 31 games for Dominguez. And here we have DJ LeMahieu at the plate. He fouls off the first pitch, 0-1. We're officially 2 hours and 3 minutes into tonight's game. That was a good at-bat by Wells. If you could just have more at-bats like that, I'd be happy. Rogers sets on the 0-1. The pitch. Swing and a miss, 0-2. Rogers sets on the 0-2. The pitch to LeMahieu. Fouled off. So no balls, 2 strikes. Oh, 2 to DJ LeMahieu with 1 out. Runners on first and third. Dominguez at third. Wells at first. As Rogers sets here on the 0-2 to LeMahieu. Rogers throws over to first to check on Wells. Wells gets back. The 0-2, 1-2. Oh, we got Welkin at 1, Desiree at 2, Susan at 3. Welkin is the top fan. Here's the 1-2. Just inside, 2-2 now to DJ LeMahieu. What's up, Mark? The 2-2. It's a grounder. Hit to Dela Cruz. There's one. And they turn a double play. Yankees. It is an inning-ending double play. And we're going to the bottom of the 7th here, folks. And Yankees have a 6-1 lead. It's the 7th inning stretch. Get up, stretch, get some food, get a snack, get a drink. Come right back. I'll leave you all with some tunes. I'll be right back. We are back to the game. So Frida's back out here in the bottom of the 7th. Tyler Stevenson will start things off here in the bottom of the 7th for the Reds. He is 0 for 2 in tonight's game. Fried sets. Here's the pitch. 1-0. So Yankees have left 9 men on base. One and one. Swing and a miss. Fried sets on the 1-1. The pitch. 2-1. Fried sets on the 2-1. The pitch is 3-1 now. So 28 votes. 18% of you voted 7 and 9. So good job so far. Stevenson draws a walk to start things off here in the bottom of the 7th. So 94 pitches for Max Fried. That'll bring up Spencer Steer to the plate. Steer is 1 for 2 in tonight's game. First pitch, ball 1. Fried sets on the 1-0. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. 1-1. Nice little cutter there. It is pouring rain in my area, folks. The 1-1. 2-1. Fernando Cruz warming up in the bullpen. Looks like Devin Williams start getting ready as well. Fried sets on the 2-1. The pitch. 2-2. Fried sets. The 2-2 pitch. That is hit into left field. Dominguez running after it. He makes the play for out number 1 as Stevenson gets back to first base. Fried at 99 pitches here. Jose Trevino at the plate. He is 0 for 2. Fried sets here against Trevino. First pitch, strike 1, 0-1. As Fried sets on the 0-1. The pitch is popped up, fly ball to right field, and Judge makes the play for out number 2. 2 down here in the bottom of the 7th. As Reese Hines is coming to the plate, he is 0 for 2 in tonight's game. Fried sets here against Hines. First pitch. Fouled. 0-1. No balls, 1 strike here. To Hines. So 2 outs, bottom of the 7th, runner on first. The 0-1. Swing and a miss, 0-2. Let's see if Fried could get his 7th strikeout. Let's play that 2 strike. All balls, 2 strikes. Runner on first. Yankees lead. The 0-2. 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 6 innings plus innings pitched, 13 of 17 starts this season for Max Fried. Here's the 1-2. Ball in the dirt, 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, runner on first. Max Fried at 105 pitches. As Fried sets here against Hines. The 2-2. Swing and a miss, and he struck him out. Route number 3. The 8th coming up for the New York Yankees. Top of the order coming up. Grisham, Judge, Rice. A fantastic outing by Max Fried here, folks. A fantastic outing. Shout out to Max Fried for going 7 innings, striking out 7, walking 1, only giving up the 1 run. What more can you ask for? What more can you ask for, folks? That's what we're talking about. Let's go. That was a nasty curve. I don't think it was so much. You were worried for Fried. You were worried if the bats were going to come through for Max Fried. That's what you were worried about, dude. Yeah, Max did a great job. Phenomenal. You couldn't have asked for a better performance. The bats look good tonight. They got some timely hits, some timely runs. The only home run was by Jazz Chisholm Jr. Yeah, I'm looking outside the window. I don't know where Susan's been. I'm not sure. All right. Well, there's going over Yankees trivia here. So I think one of you said it. A couple of you might have said it, and it is Ken Griffey Sr. There you go. That was the name that Yankee. So top of the eighth here coming up. Top of the order coming up for the New York Yankees. And first pitch to Grisham is strike one. The 0-1. Grisham hits that ball to center field. Running back is Friedel. And that ball bounces off the wall. Let's see. Grisham goes to a leadoff double for Trent Grisham. It's a 3-for-4 game for Trent Grisham, folks. Let's go. Well, 4 for 5. Sorry, he is 4 for 5 now. So Grisham having himself a great game tonight there, folks. Great job to Trent Grisham. Here we have Aaron Judge. He's 1 for 4. Judge hits that ball into center field, but playable for Friedel. He makes the play. Grisham will tag up, and he goes to third. So we got a runner on third with 1 out. That brings up Ben Rice to the plate. So Ben Rice, 0 for 3, was hit by a pitch in the 5th. Also scored a run. The pitch to Rice, ball 1, 1-0. The 1-0, 2-0. Ball in the dirt. So runner on third, 1 out. Top of the 8th. The 2-0 pitch. Swing and a miss, 2-1. We have Fernando Cruz warming up in the bullpen for the New York Yankees. The 2-1, 3-1. Phillips sets here on the 3-1. The pitch is swing and a miss, 3-2, full count. The payoff, 1 out walk. Rice draws a walk. We got runners on the corners now, and that'll bring up Giancarlo Stanton to the plate. Giancarlo Stanton is 1 for 2 in tonight's game. Has a couple of walks, a single, An RBI, also scored a run. As Phillips sets here against Stanton. First pitch, swing and a miss, 0-1. Rice takes his lead at first. Grisham at third. The 0-1 pitch as Stanton pops that up. And are they going to be able to make the play? Yes. Encarnacion Strand makes the play. Rice does not, Grisham does not tag up. He will hold up. 2 away here. So that brings up Jazz Chisholm Jr. to the plate. He is 1 for 4 in tonight's game. So 2 men on, 2 out, top of the 8th. Phillips sets here against Jazz. 1-0. Oh, looks like Brubaker warming up in the bullpen. Perhaps they bring him in. We'll see. The 1-0. Jazz hits that to center field, but Dela Cruz is right there to make the play for out number 3. Bottom of the 8th coming up. And they have left 11 men on base. So I'm going to end that poll. So whoever said 10 plus, looks like there was 29 votes. Just make sure. Yeah, 29 votes. To the 14% that voted 10 plus, congratulations, you are the winners. I'll end that poll right there. Honestly, don't deserve to win. Are you for real? All right. Go vote for the MVP of the game. If you don't like the choices, go ahead and type it into the chat. But who is your MVP of the game? And Desiree back to being number 1. Welcome at 2. Susan at 3. It is. It's bad. But you know what? At least they're winning. You know? Would have been bad if they were losing, right? Clearly. Yeah, 11 strand sucks. It's not even the rubber game, dude. Yankees already lost the series. Yankees are just avoiding the sweep, hopefully. But bottom of the 8th here, folks. Fernando Cruz is in the game. Encarnacion Strand is at the plate. He takes strike 1. It is 0-1 to Encarnacion Strand. The 0-1. Swing and a miss. 0-2. Swings at a ball in the dirt. Encarnacion Strand is 0 for 2 in tonight's game. So no balls, 2 strikes here. To Encarnacion Strand. Cruz sets. The 0-2. Swing and a miss, and he struck him out. One away here in the bottom of the 8th. And that'll bring up Santiago Espinal, who is 1 for 2 in tonight's game. First pitch. Fouled away. The 0-1 from Cruz. Swing and a miss, 0-2. Let's see if Cruz could go back-to-back strikeouts here. As Cruz sets here on the 0-2. And the pitch. Ball in the dirt, 1-2. The 1-2 just misses, 2-2. Suter warming up in the bullpen, left-handed pitcher for the Cincinnati Reds. Looks like Espinal calls time. As Cruz sets the 2-2. Swing and a miss, and he struck him out. Back-to-back strikeouts here for Fernando Cruz. 2 away here in the bottom of the 8th, and that'll bring up Friedel to the plate, who is 0 for 3 in tonight's game. First pitch. Strike 1. Two away here in the bottom of the 8th. The Yankees have a 6-1 lead against the Reds as Cruz sets here on the 0-1. The pitch. Swing and a miss. 0-2. Let's play that 2-strike horn. Cruz can strike out the side here. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Nobody on base. Friedel calls time. Looks like he's ready to go now. Cruz sets on the 0-2. And the pitch is swing and a miss, and he struck him out. Cruz strikes out the side. Top of the 9th coming up for the New York Yankees. And they have a 6-1 lead. Good job to Fernando Cruz. Yeah, Cruz is filthy. Crazy thunder and lightning by you. Yeah, Desiree, it is pouring by me right now too. There's a little bit of thunder going on right now. So definitely the weather's going to be cool, a little bit cooler here tonight. But how are we feeling, folks? How are we feeling? Are we feeling a little bit better about tonight's game? Yankees are up. I know they left a bunch of runners on base. I understand the frustration with that, but at least they're winning, right? I mean, that's got to be a good feeling. But make sure you all go vote in the poll. Looks like 7 votes. And looks like Fried has 86%. Chisholm Jr. has 14%. The other 2 guys have 0. And make sure you all go hit the like button, hit that subscribe, share this channel out with everybody you know. I would greatly appreciate it. If you're watching this on X or Twitch or Kick, hit the link, come to YouTube, hit the subscribe, join in on the conversation. Greatly appreciate it. What up, Petruzzi? The leaderboard? I'm pretty sure Desiree's in first. Yeah, Desiree's in first. Welkin in second. Petruzzi in third. So you're in the top three. Yes, I do stream on Kick as well. This is linked to Kick as well. So Yankees Blue Jays next Wednesday on Amazon Prime. No doubt, Timothy. All right. Suter on the mound facing Dominguez. Dominguez is 3 for 4 in today's game. The 0-1 to Dominguez, 1-1. Brent Suter is your pitcher on the mound for the Reds. So Dominguez would have doubled a couple of singles. 2-1. No, Snell, those jokes suck. I figured you were watching the draft. What do you think of the draft so far, Petruzzi? I've been trying to keep track, but I'll see what players they selected. Full count now to the Martian. As Dominguez, that ball is fair. That will at least be a double. Ball goes to the corner. And that is a 4 for 5 game for Dominguez. Unfreaking believable. Dominguez having a fantastic game. And another hit from the right side, folks, just to throw it out there. So leadoff double here in the ninth. That brings up Anthony Volpe. First career 4-hit game for Jason Dominguez. Congratulations. Volpe takes strike one. The 0-1. 1-1. The 1-1. 2-1 now to Anthony Volpe. The 2-1. Swing and a miss, 2-2. As Suter sets against Volpe. The 2-2. Gets a piece of that. Still 2 balls, 2 strikes. Yeah, for sure, Desiree. As Suter sets the 2-2. Ooh, just misses. Full count now. 3 balls, 2 strikes. 3 balls, 2 strikes here to Anthony Volpe. As Suter sets the 3-2 pitch. It's a grounder. Hit to the second baseman, throws over to first. Volpe is out. He's 0 for 3, but he gets the runner over to third. So Dominguez is at third base now with 1 out. And that brings up Austin Wells, who's 0 for 3 in tonight's game with a walk. Brubaker warming up in the bullpen. And there's a base hit. That scores a run. An RBI single for Austin Wells. It's a 7-1 game now, folks. And that'll bring up DJ LeMahieu to the plate. Wells takes his lead at first. LeMahieu is at the plate. He's 1 for 4. 1-0. LeMahieu 0 for 3 with a walk tonight. One and one. Oh, maybe 1 for 4. Single in the 6th and scored a run. 2-1 now to DJ LeMahieu. As Suter sets on the 2-1. 3-1 now. The 3-1. Grounded, foul. Full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Wells gets back to first as Suter checked on him. So 3 balls, 2 strikes here still to DJ LeMahieu. Wells is at first with 1 out. Yankees leading 7-1 in tonight's game. As Suter sets, struck him out looking. 2 down. And that'll bring up Trent Grisham to the plate, who is 4 for 5 in tonight's game. So Grisham having himself a night. Couple of doubles, couple of singles, scored a run, also had an RBI. One of his better outings. First pitch. 1-0. Suter sets on the 1-0. The pitch. 1-1. One ball, 1 strike here with 2 outs. Wells is at first. Yankees have a 7-1 lead. The 1-1 pitch. The ground ball. McClain makes the play, throws over to first. That'll be out number 3. And bottom of the 9th coming up. Judge does not get another chance to get an at-bat. But bottom of the 9th coming up here, folks. They hit into 1 double play today, Welkin. That was DJ. Yeah, Grisham made 6 appearances. He's 4 for 6. It's a pretty good. That's an awesome game, man. Wow. I don't think anybody expected that. Once again, folks, make sure you all go vote in the poll. Let me know who the MVP of the game is. I got 11 votes. How are we feeling, though, folks? Max Fried, man. Max Fried pitched an excellent game against the Reds. Yeah, that's not good for the Reds, right? The bats came alive. Yes, they left 12 men on base. They were 4 for 22 runners in scoring position. Yankees had 13 hits today, 7 runs. So let's hope. Let's see if they can close it. They'll close it out here in the 9th, hopefully, without any hiccups. McLean, Dela Cruz, and Stevenson will be due up in the 9th to face Dela Cruz or to face Fernando Cruz. Indeed. Yeah, right, Timothy? Mess around and find out. So Yankees do have a day off tomorrow. Then they go back to Yankee Stadium. Here's JT Brubaker. He made his debut on Saturday against the Orioles. I believe the last time he pitched was in 2022. Yankees don't have any more options for him. So Yankees, I don't know if I'm not saying they'll move on from him, but there's a possibility. Yankees are definitely they're definitely going to be targeting the bullpen during the trade deadline as they should. But Matt McLean will start things off here in the bottom of the 9th. He's 0 for 3. First pitch is strike 1. As Brubaker sets here on the 0-1, the pitch, 1-1. Rays are leading against the Royals 3-0. So important for the Yankees to win this game because the Rays are right there. The 1-1, 1-2. Yeah, he was. But like I said, mess around and find out. The 1-2, 2-2. Brubaker sets. The 2-2 pitch is popped up to right field. Judge is right there to make the play, 1 away here in the bottom of the 9th. And that'll bring up Elly De La Cruz to the plate. Yeah, I agree. He hasn't pitched since Saturday, I think, so. Elly De La Cruz at the plate. He's 2 for 3 in tonight's game. First pitch, strike 1. Brubaker getting the signal there from Wells. He sets here on the 0-1. The pitch, ball in the dirt, 1-1. One ball, one strike here to Elly De La Cruz. The 1-1 is a grounder, hit to DJ, throws to first, gets De La Cruz out. Yankees are 1 out away from securing this win and avoiding the sweep. Tyler Stevenson 0 for 2 with a walk in tonight's game. Last chance. He takes strike 1. It's up to him to keep this game alive. Brubaker sets on the 0-1. The pitch. 0-2. Let's play that 2-strike. Ball's 2. Yankees. as Brew Breaker sets here on the 0-2. Here's the pitch. It's a grounder. Volpe fields it, throws it over to first, and that is the ball game, folks. Yankees win 7-1 against the Cincinnati Reds. They avoid the sweep against the Reds, and fantastic job to the New York Yankees. Got to mention Max Fried, who got his 10th win of the season here, folks. First pitcher to 10 wins. So congratulations to Max Fried. 10-2. He's got a 1.92 ERA. Brady Singer is your losing pitcher. He's 7-6 now with a 4.31 ERA. So good job to Max Fried for making it happen. The Yankees improve their win. So I believe that is their 46th win of the season. Yeah, so they're 46-34 now, 12 games over 500. So they win. So great job to the Yankees. I mean, there really wasn't any complaints. Yes, they left a bunch of guys on base, but Fried was awesome today. Dominguez had himself a great game. Grisham had himself a great game. So the lineup worked out perfect. So good job to the Yankees for making it happen. But they avoid the sweep. Unfortunately, they suffered a series loss. They have a day off tomorrow. All right, and they will go back to the Bronx to have a 3-game set against the Oakland Athletics. After the Athletics, they will then travel to Toronto to play against the Blue Jays on a 4-game set. And then they will return back to New York to go to Citi Field to play a 3-game set against the Mets. That's that 4th of July weekend. Yeah, 4 for 6 is ridiculous, man. So Grish, Dominguez, and Judge, man, or not Judge, and Fried all did an amazing job. So congratulations to those guys. Congratulations to Max Fried getting his 10th win of the season. I'll end the poll. There's 12 votes, and most of you said Fried. Top fans of the chat, Desiree, Welkin, and Petruzzi. Those are your top 3. But I am going to end things here. But I do appreciate you all tuning in. Thank you all very, very much for hanging out on another play-by-play. At least this was a good one. But I might go live tomorrow. Just keep your notifications on. I know there's no game, but I might go live tomorrow just to chat it up. We'll see, right? But just keep your notifications on. But just want to say thank you again to everybody in the chat. Oh, you thought I put Cashman instead of Chisholm? That's hilarious. Yeah, Chisholm or Cashman hit a home run today. Imagine that. But folks in the chat, thank you all very, very much for hanging out. As always, make sure you all hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you're new and you're watching this channel. Share this channel out with everyone you know. Everybody have a great night. Enjoy the rest of your evening. And as always, let's go Yankees.